Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. I'm back with my kids in my room today, snooping around for some soda, because we keep the soda in my room. Y'all, we are back with not our monthly stuffing, but our emergency binder. The reason for that is I was supposed to leave on June 15th. My flight has been rescheduled for June 30th. So I had already pre-stuffed the weeks that I needed to all the way through until I came back from Tunisia. So with that being said, we're going to move into our emergency binder. I had pulled out some extra money in case I needed to pay extra on a flight. Great news, we don't have to pay nothing. My flight is completely rebooked. It was upgraded to business class. Should have been first class in my opinion. When I do get back home from Tunisia, I will file a formal complaint with Air France and I will see what I can do to get some compensation for a COVID test that I had to take before I leave, and now I have to take a second one, y'all. And if you are traveling and you need a COVID test, your insurance company will not pay for it. You have to pay for it out of pocket. It's $140, and so I'm gonna have to pay that again. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to get that back. I'm gonna try to get back my 1 day of daycare for my dogs, which is $80 for a day, y'all. My dogs are in a very high-end daycare facility that they get all the extras. They get pup cups at night, which is like little cups of whipped cream at night for their snack. They get extra walks, they get grooming, they get bathing, they get it all, y'all. My dogs get everything. Plus they get a large room for both Chihuahuas so they can spread out and relax and sleep on their blankies and their beds and things like that. So I'm going to try to say that when I get back home, we'll find out what happens when I go ahead and speak with Air France. I'm going to go through headquarters immediately, not through just the regular desks. So, anyways, all that to say that I have extra money that I did not need for the flight to rebook it or anything else. So we are going to stuff $289 in my emergency fund binder today. As I've said in the past, and I'll repeat just in case, this binder here is not to be used for 1 month ahead. There's a lot of YouTubers that are collecting money and saving money to use for the very next month. That is their 1 month ahead. This is not that. What this is my emergency months ahead. I plan on putting together, and I have, my 1K is already completed. We don't have to worry about that. So I will reach for my 1K emergency before I reach for anything else. And the rest of these are all 1 through 12 for months. I plan on having a full year's binder. This is if anything hits the fan and I have to pull for extra rent, I have to pull for water, I have to pull for electric, anything that I am not foreseeing. Now, this does not mean if my electric's up $10 or $15, I'm pulling from here. No, this is absolutely dire emergencies. So we've already started this. I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to count the money, and then I'm going to show you my sheets over here that are keeping me on track to make sure that I am doing it correctly and keeping what we have. So we have 100, 200, 250, 270, 280, 285, 286, 287, 288, and 289. Now, I'm not going to break these down. I'm going to throw the whole wad of money into the 1 month ahead. That is what we're working on currently. When it's done, we will go into month number 2, and we will repeat this until all 12 months are completely done. Now, the first sheet that you're going to see here is from Budget with Free here on YouTube. She's also known as Crafted by Free on Etsy. Y'all, I really highly suggest that you grab this sheet. With the cost of rising rent, the cost of rising everything, and inflation is just off the chart absurd. I want to make sure that if anything happens, I am living in a rental. I have been in this rental for 12 years, going on 13 years. I have asked my landlord twice to sell me the house. He's not really said it either way. I am going to write him a letter personally and mail it out this week and see, finally, are you going to sell me the house or do I need to save to move? Because I don't want to rent anymore. I actually want to secure a house for my kiddos and me. I'm 45 years old, and it's just time that we secure a house. So I've spoken with my husband about it, and we've kind of gone back and forth a little bit. So if my landlord says no, then I'm going to plan the move. It's going to take a while because the rents are absurd. The house I'm currently living in is $750. That includes my lawn mowing twice a month. And right now they're currently doing that right now. And I've got a pretty large backyard. That's why I want the house, because I have a large basement and a large house. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, never been updated, and it's from the late 50s, early 60s. So I would need a lot of renovation done. So with that being said, regardless of whether I move out or don't, right now my house rent is only $750 per month. And that's because of the maintenance that the yard man outside does. So before that, it's only $650. And you can't find a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house with a full-on, almost 1,000-foot square basement for anything like that whatsoever. So I'm staying put. Smart move. So here's what we got here. This is from, like I said, Crafted by Free, F-R-E, only one E, on Etsy. And I suggest that if you are working on your emergency fund for 1 month ahead, or if you're working on just doing 1 month ahead, get this sheet. It is fantastic. It's fabulous. And I absolutely could not wait to start using it. So we've already been using it. And my son will color in more of these when we get off the camera. I am going to fill in one spot. Now, what I don't fill in is the auto and the everything else. I need specific categories. I do not have a vehicle at this time. Blind people don't drive. My husband's not here. When he's here, yes, we're going to end up going into debt because we're going to get a Tesla. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Either it's going to be an SUV right off the bat, and then we work our way into paying for a Tesla, or we're just going to snap and get the Tesla. But either way, it's going to be a debt, and I don't like carrying debt, but it is what it is. So my electric today is going to get 43, so I'll be able to color one of the electric up here. My electric normally runs in the 250s. I put 300 just for coverage because, hello, I am running the air nonstop. It is anywhere between 95 and 99 this week, and the heat wave is not going anywhere. So we're going to do one electric. We're also going to do one rent at $47, and that is to cover one little square of my rent. Again, my rent is $750 a month. Not bad at all. So we are going to do that. Then I have the cable and the internet. This is where I'm going to have to shore things up, and I might have to put a couple extra bucks in. I'll probably do that off camera because I wasn't paying attention when I first read this, and I was just thinking internet. So I had to go back and I had to make sure it was cable included. I do have Xfinity. I will not get rid of my cable. I have thought about it many times. I have been on the verge of getting rid of my cable many times. But honestly, y'all, my cable's really not that much. And we are couch junkies when it comes to TV, streaming apps, you name it, we got it. Also, Xfinity, if you have that, they do give you HBO Max for free. So you don't have to pay the $16 streaming app for Xfinity. So I really, really like that. My Verizon, which is my cell phone company, gives you Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu bundle for free if you got Verizon and you're on the G5 Start or higher. So, with that being said, my cable is going to get 23 along with my internet. My internet and my cable are both together along with my security, but I'm kind of breaking them apart. So that's going to give me 23 for stuffing today. My water is going to get 8, and my water I put 50. It kind of just ranges back and forth. It's never gone above 47, so I thought 50 would be a safe number. If it's a little higher, a couple of bucks, or lower, a couple of bucks, neither way is it going to harm me. So that's what I have. Auto is getting nothing for right now because we haven't even started saving for the Tesla. I'm not sure which Tesla we want to get. I think we're going to be on the tier 2, which is the second cheapest Tesla, because when you go to the tier 3 or 4, the 2 higher up Teslas, you're looking at money that we couldn't afford. It's like, no way. So that's what we have for that. Now we're going to move into the ones that my son has made. Now my son is 11, and he has made these on Canva for me. And this is the first one he's made. And he's colored him in. He's not really good at coloring, y'all. He doesn't like to do it. So he just kind of colors as fast as he can and gets away from it. So with that being said, it's fine. I don't worry about his ability of coloring or the likeness of his coloring. I just want the items colored in so that we can track. So this is our groceries. Now, our groceries are really, really high for a monthly supply. I'm a household of 4, 2 Chihuahuas. Currently, my daughter and my grandson are with us for a couple of months. just to kind of veg out and spend the summer with us and things like that. So, with that being said, this is my emergency groceries. Now, we know inflation is going to continue to go up. There's no coming back down, y'all. What's normal is normal, and what's new is normal. Hopefully some prices will drop, but I don't think we're going to see what we used to see before pre-pandemic. So with that being said, and keeping in the understanding that some months, a couple of months, only a couple out of the year, do have 5 weeks. So I have put $1,000 for groceries. Every little grocery bag is going to represent $100. We have already stuffed $400 into groceries. We're going to stuff another $100 today. So that is our groceries. And each one equals 10. Our next is natural gas, y'all. We do have natural gas in our house. The only thing currently that's hooked up to natural gas is our hot water heater, which was replaced 2 years ago. Before that, our hot water heater was from 1987, y'all. It has lasted that long. 2 years ago, on a Friday, our hot water heater just went shoot out. Nothing. So I called my landlord. I said, Jay, he said, what up? I said, my hot water heater has finally gone out. Now, we'd had some problems over the years, but nothing major. And he was getting ready to leave. And he said, I'm glad you called me. I was getting ready to leave for the weekend. So with that being said, he had the gentleman come over from the company that he works with, Macintosh Heating and Cooling. And they put a hot water heater in legit in an hour and a half in my house. Bam. Took out the old one, put the new one in, installed it. It was good to go. So our gas normally runs us about 70 or so-ish a month. We on a flat rate fee. Sometimes it's gone up to 80. It's between 70 and 80. So here's what we have for our gas. And here's how each one will cost us. And we're going to do one today, which each one is going to be representative of 10. So we will put $10 in for natural gas today. Our next one, my son also created this. He created all these ones here except for the first page. This is our trash bill. Now, our trash is a little bit different. I didn't want to just put one icon for 1 month. Our trash runs us right about $28 a month. It's extremely expensive. I will probably look into getting a new trash company. The one I'm currently dealing with is kind of jerky since the pandemic. I never had an issue with them. I've been with them for 12 going on 13 years. And they've literally just become troublesome in their communication and their customer service. For example, last week I had asked for 7 additional bags. I have 1 tote, y'all. So it's a 96-gallon tote. And we have been cleaning house like it's nobody else's business. We have been doing this for months and months and months. My basement is 2 days away from being completely overhauled. All the toys are gone. All the things we don't want is gone, except for 1 item downstairs. I'm going to put it on Facebook Marketplace today. I will get rid of it super quick, I know. But with that being said, our basement is almost immaculate. I'm just over the hill happy. Everything's organized. We got some shelvings organized in the prepper pantry area. But other than that, everything's done, y'all. I'm so super excited. So, long thing to say that my trash people were supposed to pick up 7 additional trash bags on top with the can that I have. I only ended up putting out 4. So I called them back and I said, hey, look, the other day I just put out 4 bags and I paid for 7. Every additional bag that you put out besides just the trash tote is going to cost you $3.50 per bag. So I have to pay in advance, and I did. And I said, can I get credit for the other 3 bags and have them pick them up on Monday, which is today? They said no. They said if you don't call on the day that you put out the bags, you don't get the credit back. So I will be speaking with customer service supervisor today because I don't think that's right. I think that's kind of like stealing $10.50 of my money and saying thanks for the tip, bye. So I'll be looking into another trash company here very, very soon. In fact, I may even do it today and tell them to come pick up their trash tote because I'm done with them. With that being said, I'm going to stick with it at $28 for right now, just because I think the other trash company is pretty much the same way with their trash billing. But you'll see there's a lot more than just 1 bag. And this is for an entire year's worth of trash. This is roughly about $280. So we're only going to color 1. Now, when all these others are empty, I will reprint all these other sheets. But this trash sheet, I won't have to reprint. This is for 1 year. I just didn't see the fact of going ahead and just doing one bag for trash would be kind of funny looking, but you know what? It could work. So $28 is what we're going to stick into our emergency binder from the money I just put down in front of you this morning. So after the trash, we are working with the buffer. Y'all, I've got a good size buffer in my account right now. I have a $1,000 buffer for my emergency fund. I also have an additional buffer for my checking account, and I have a buffer for my flip through just savings that I have for my savings challenges, my sinking funds, whatever you want to call them, my savings funds. I haven't started that yet, but I have that envelope in there. But I also want an additional. This will be like the fourth buffer, you know, because I need buffers everywhere. Something could happen. Something could hit the fan. Something could cost me more. Something could break. Something needs to be replaced. Whatever it is, it's there. So this buffer is going to be, I think it's roughly right about $300 just for per month. Anything. Groceries go over, bills go over, anything, I'm going to cover it in here for the emergency part of it. And I am going to only stick $20. Each little piggy bank is going to be a $20 little piggy. So we're going to stick 20 of that money into there. And then my last but not least is my home security. Now, my home security is also tied into my Xfinity. It is through Xfinity for home security, internet, and cable. It's a bundle. It's a pain in the butt sometimes. I'm having some issues with my internet. My internet is extraordinarily high. It's the highest you can get in your house. It's $100 a month. And honestly, it's not doing justice for what it's supposed to be doing speed-wise. They say I'm the farthest from the pole. Y'all, I'm about 4 feet from the pole. I live in a city. So, therefore, I'm not out in the middle of nowhere where I can't get signal. I'm in a city and we're house to house to house to house. So, we shouldn't have a problem with our security, home security, internet, cable, nothing at all. But for some reason, our internet is not the speed it should be. It's about half the speed of what it is. But with that being said, our security is absolutely phenomenal. Even if it goes offline, we lose power, I have a backup supply of 24 hours on that security. We do have one security camera at this time. I think that's pretty much all we need. So with that being said, we are going to put $10 today into security, and my home security is only $60 a month, which is very well good. So that is what we have for this. I'm going to run over these totals again with you. We are putting in $289 today. That is the cost of every single icon in here, just one icon each of everything on here, with the exception of auto and everything else down here that we don't use currently right now. We could be using that currently in the future. So this first page is literally, if I filled out every icon without the two that I said I wasn't going to fill out, it was $121. The other ones, filling up each one of those out, again, that's groceries at 100, that's gas at 10, that's trash at 28, that is buffer at 20, that is home security at 10 is $168. So we will continue to fill this up every single month until we get to where we were. Now, the way I came across redoing my 1K emergency fund is when I had leftovers of groceries. My groceries are $200 per week. Whatever I could keep left over of those groceries would slide into my 1K emergency fund. And I kept doing it week after week after week until I built this to 1K emergency. So keep that in mind. If you can keep your grocery budget lower, and I know right now it's really hard to do because of the inflation, do what you can. Every dollar is going to count. Again, this is $289 that we counted on camera. We're just going to shove this into the 1 month ahead until we get that 1 month ahead done and everything is colored in. Ooh, we're going to have to probably, off camera, I probably will have to configure this and get it thinner because it's already starting to get thick and we ain't even there yet. But anyways, back to what I was saying with the grocery. If you're trying to build a 1K emergency fund, take whatever you have left over at the end of the month. Put some in buffer because if something happens, you need a buffer before you need the 1K. You kind of need both at the same time. You want to pull from the buffer before you pull for your 1K emergency fund. So put part of it to buffer for your checking account, savings account, whatever you want to do, in cash, whatever. And then put the other part towards your 1K emergency fund. And that is how I built up my 1K emergency fund, which is already done. This is my 1 month, and once this is completely done, I will refill out all of these sheets. I'll put new sheets on, except for gas, or not gas, I'm sorry, trash, as I said. And then we will completely color them again for month 2. And like I said, we're going all the way through month 12. And if nothing happens between now and then great, nothing happens. And if I end up having to move, then this binder will go with me. And anything happens in the new house, I have this already done. Now, one thing that I have not added that I think I need to add is if I do become a homeowner, I need to add some kind of an envelope in here for maintenance, for home maintenance. Because if anything goes out, heating, cooling, water, all those big appliances go out, I need to have a buffer for that as well. So I may be having my son make another sheet today, so you'll probably see that next time. And if I don't move and own a house and I end up owning this house, I still need to have that in place. I need to have that for maintenance, for the air conditioner, the 1-year maintenance, for the heating, you know, whatever I need it for. Anything breaks, if I own this house, then I'm still stuck in the same situation. I need that envelope. So what I will do is I probably, now that I'm thinking about it, make one more sheet, and it'll be in the very back here, and it will be for home maintenance, and that's for any kind of maintenance projects that the house may need, or updating services that the house may need. So until next time, y'all, please have a very lovely Monday. We'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, always remember to stay safe, take care. Without Limits Budgets is out.